What's up? It's Plumber J. That's right, you read the title correctly. I'm going to give you my final thoughts on the RYOBI P4002 snake and the Milwaukee M12. Stay tuned for my final thoughts, but before I share them to you, sit back, relax, and watch them both in action. Alright, here are my final thoughts. RYOBI P4002, and then you have the Milwaukee M12. Batteries on both units are very good. The RYOBI battery wins over the M12, but if that's going to push you either way, I wouldn't worry about it, because with my Milwaukee M12, I can do at least 15 to 16 showers drains before I even get half battery out. So both batteries are good, win-win, but the RYOBI definitely wins as well on that. But both batteries will give you enough juice on a full charge. The M12 comes with a chuck lock system where you can run the cable and force it in there, and then push it with your force with locking the cable down. Whereas the RYOBI has a reverse and a forward mechanism feed system on it. So you can lock that in place and it will feed the cable. As you see in the videos, I always run this in neutral, both of them in neutral, and I feed it in by my hand, and that's just enough. I feel like that will get me through any clog, and if it's not getting me through that clog, there's something either wrong with the pipe or something completely stopping up that I can't break through with one of these cables. Where the Milwaukee wins here on this topic, this category, is the cable. The cable, I always cut them off right here at the end, right below the tip, so I can feed through traps a lot easier. and I just leave a little bit on there. It's an old school plumbing trick. Here, either you have to cut the bit back a little bit, but this one comes with a quick lock system to change bits. Getting this whole piece through a trap can a tight trap can sometimes be a pain. Also, this comes with a cable that's around $35 to replace, whereas this one's $55 to replace, which I believe, from me looking it up on eBay, you have to buy the cable and the drum together. So I could be wrong if you get the cable, but most places will say the cable and drum, whereas you could just buy the cable, take those 3 screws out, and just pop it out and then feed in the new cable. So the Milwaukee wins over there. The Milwaukee one is definitely lighter. It's easier to hold up, whereas this one here is a little bit heavier, but if you use the P102 batteries, it will definitely cut down on weight. I use the heavier batteries because when I'm seeing this on the ground, I don't like to have this more topping this way. I like to have it more weight on the backhand side. This unit costs around $200 to $250. I see them go to $275 brand new. This one is around $100, give or take, brand new. I found this one on eBay for like $160, lightly used, and this one on eBay for $55. So eBay is definitely your friend when you want to buy these units, because after 1-time use, 2-time use, you've already made your money back by either not calling a plumber or charging a customer. And as long as it looks in good shape, I would say go for it unused. The Milwaukee has low torque on it, which this RYOBI has a lot of torque. So whereas you pull the trigger all the way down for this one, you can only pull it like 20% on this one. Let me show you. So if I go here and I just go, hold on, let's go a little bit, you get some low torque right there. Whereas the RYOBI, you have to go here, you have a lot more torque there. Like I'm not even moving that machine at all. So you have to like literally give a little bit of force, and then it'll go through as you feed it. But just remember, if you go too fast, too hard, you'll twist that cable. So just remember that. This RYOBI has a lot more torque and a lot more kick than that Milwaukee. Another plus on the RYOBI is that if you're out in the field and your battery does die, you can keep this power cord charged. And on the bottom there's a plug outlet right here. So you could hardwire this in if you like to. Whereas the Milwaukee, you cannot. Now going back to the feeding system here, I like to use my hand like you see in the video. The only difference between this and the M18, the M18 has a twist lock feed system. If you really like that, I would go with the M18 over the M12. But if you run a snake like I run it in the video that you just saw, just get the M12. You're not going to be saving any more, you're not going to be getting any more advantages to the M18 other than you can fit 35 feet of cable in the M18 versus the M12. Another pro on the Milwaukee over the RYOBI, just keep this in mind, it's not the end of the world, is that when you turn this machine on vertical to drain it down into a bucket, this drains easier all that water, and this drum holds water like you could see right here leaking out. Other than that, there's no real major comparison. I actually like them really both. I use these machines when I go to apartment complexes or to like hotels where the kitchen waistline is only like 10 feet into the main stack. I don't have to bring the K50 up or the big rigid machine. I like running this one on the kitchens because of the heavy duty bits, whereas this one's better for like tubs and showers. You can get through that little trap really tight. Both good machines. I do like the Milwaukee a little bit better than the RYOBI, and it's not because I am a Milwaukee fanboy, it's because of the low end torque versus the high end torque on the RYOBI. But as long as your trigger discipline, your trigger finger is disciplined, you can you can definitely manage with the RYOBI. Both machines are great. I actually thought I was going to come in here and tell you the RYOBI stunk compared to the Milwaukee, but no, the RYOBI definitely, after running this 50, 60 times versus this one I ran for about 100 plus times, I would say whatever your budget really gets, you can go with. You could pick these on eBay up real cheap, around between 60 and 100 bucks, whereas this one's going to be around 170, 160 to around 250. Another thing, I really don't know what it's for. I should have looked it up, but this is like some sort of like a hook system. If you wanted to hook this up somewhere, I don't know if it's for storage or it's for the snake and drain to hold this up vertically, but I never use it. But that one has no sort of a hooking system at all. Other than that, I say go for them both. See which one you like. If you're on a budget, that one's better. If you want to spend 100 bucks more, go with the Milwaukee. Both great end tools. I like that one better because it's low end torque and I can feel turns on the pipe a lot more than I can with this one. This one is more like I'm going to break everything in my path, and this one's more like gentle, easy, let's get through the turn nice and clean. But other than that, I give both of these a thumbs up and an approval. Thanks for watching. Plumber J. Until next time.